Hello, I'm Dan Schneider,
And I'm David Downs.
and welcome to this edition of TechTalk. Today we're going to talk about hybrid IT delivery. David and I both work for Insight's Connected Workforce Division, and we're going to talk about the value of choosing the right kind of partnerships for service delivery and solution delivery. But first, David, could you tell us a little bit about what you do for Insight?
Yeah, thanks, Dan. Great to be here with you. And as a product manager on your team, I really help craft workplace services offerings. And what we look at are current market trends, talk to our customers, and ultimately try to find ways for our clients to really provide that great employee experience to the users and how they get support, the technology they use. And, we certainly keep in mind factors like, is this cost effective? Are we meeting business outcomes? And are we ultimately transforming the organization?
Yeah, and to make sure we do have a positive impact on our customers, we do pay attention to the voice of the customer. And with some of the research and survey data that you're seeing in the market, what's relevant and where are the conversations accelerating right now, David?
Yeah, I think I mentioned recently saw an article in Forbes, and they surveyed a large group of C-level executives. And in that, they asked them kind of what's the most impactful part to business today. And agility is the word that came up. 81% of the executives said agility. And it makes me think of a question back to you around agility. As you talk to companies, what are they saying specifically about how they see agility today?
Well, the situation that we've gone through has put a lot of things in context, especially around business continuity and workforce flexibility. Many companies realized that they weren't as agile as they needed to be, and there's definitely room for improvement. And so savvy executives are using this situation as a leverage to accelerate certain things like modernization, digital transformation, and automation initiatives, and also to rip the Band-Aid off, so to speak, on some very long-standing organizational issues that have held the company back. So from an IT perspective right now, all conversations are on the table.
Yeah, I know that Everest report I shot over your way last week, but, a takeaway I had from that, highlighting just outsourcing relationships. And a lot of them, they feel like they're lacking value. They're not innovating anymore. They're not doing continuous improvement. And so that report really kind of brought some of that out.
Yeah, I noticed it highlighted that many have inadequate or obsolete technology. Inadequate technology that can impact really the way you need to do business or service customers differently right now. Obsolete technology often means we're dealing with a lot of legacy systems, inefficient processes, things that are highly manual that make it difficult for companies to respond right now. So the customers that I've talked to, more so now than ever, don't need just another vendor, but they really need a true partner that can jump in and be shovel ready to help them do some of that heavy lifting they need around innovation right now.
Yeah, shovel ready is interesting to say because that traditional outsourcing model is going to change. It's changed for a lot of companies already. But you got to bring value to the table. You have to bring intellectual property and process and scale and all those things that aren't just one piece of the technology solution, but it's really about providing value and driving agility.
Yeah, and the ability for you to scale and be more agile is directly related now to external partnerships that you build because they're becoming an integrated part of your IT team. That concept of bimodal IT delivery or hybrid IT delivery has been out there for a long time, but it's really accelerating because if you think about it, the difference between a hybrid partner and just a vendor is this partnership, this organization is becoming a vital organ of the body. They have a discrete function. They're bringing a center of excellence to your organization that you may not have or you're not going to build. And it's different than just a traditional vendor, which is really almost like swallowing a tablet. It has a temporary benefit, but it doesn't have a lasting benefit. And that's what customers need. They need lasting benefit from partnerships and true business impact.
And I'd say from the customer, this type of relationship certainly provides that higher value and higher business impact because, Now you're leveraging somebody outside your company who's an expert and has access to a lot more resources that have experience in this. They've done it for other customers, and they bring that higher success rate that comes along with that. And so you're applying all these things that you learned, and instead of having to try to insource it and train, you can bring in a hybrid IT provider that is ready to go.
No, all excellent points, David, because really you're obtaining more value than you could create or purchase on your own. There's a compounding scenario that happens here. There's an expression that you're not alive long enough to learn everything, so you better be a good listener and learn how to leverage relationships. And that's true in how you partner today, because you want to bring partnership that allows you to scale beyond your own ability. And so that's where the concept of an SSI or a super solution integrator comes into play, because traditionally in IT, even when I was in IT leadership, companies function in silos. You may have the enterprise application stack, enterprise systems, you may have digital transformation efforts, BI and analytics, business process, but they may not all come together in the right way. And so that's the value of a partner that can help you break those silos down.
Yeah, that's exactly right, because that approach really doesn't fit now, where you have these next gen providers and the integration across multiple domains and a single team that does have expertise to handle all aspects of modern IT. They can architect, they can manage, and then they can ultimately execute the initiatives from end to end. I mean, that's what gets you there.
Yeah, end to end. And that is really what needs to happen, because if you look at all industries right now, they're facing the same thing. They need to leverage new ways of doing business, new technologies and platforms, maybe just to remain competitive and relevant in their marketplace. But they also want to be disruptive, gain market share, and do that by reducing the friction and improving the experience of their customer and how they engage with them. And so they need vision right now from a partner that can help them do that at scale, and also know that that partnership provides long-term innovation so that they continue to be relevant in the marketplace.
Yeah, and that's exactly why I'm just really excited to be on this Insight team, because we bring that solution design, and it's not just users and devices, but the apps that they use, the platforms that these run on, everything integrated together. And we really are a next-gen SSI solution provider that can handle everything end to end.
Yeah, and if you think about that, if you just tried to become that kind of partner right now, you would not have the working capital or time to do that. Demand in the market overall is down. It's high in certain areas like we've been talking about. So there's really going to be a struggle right now with people that are trying to become that kind of partner. But fortunately, this has been on Insight's long-term strategic plan to really become a super solutions integrator, because we had our customers' future needs in mind. And so as a result, right now, we're able to pivot quickly to help them design, prototype, and scale the types of things that are needed today. And it's a real differentiator, I think, for players like us.
Yeah, I just, as you're saying that, I think about that saying, I think it's attributed to Darwin, but it's not the strong that survive, it's the ability to adapt. And, what we're seeing in the industry right now are there are certain companies that aren't able to adapt, and they're starting to lose market share and just not be as successful. So ultimately, as we talk through, improving the business continuity and risk management and, being able to help our customers look at their sourcing strategies and cost structures and even how they're performing and the policies and contracts they have in place today, just looking at everything and really saying, okay, how can we optimize you? It's part of that full solution.
Yeah, very well said, David, and all very top of mind conversations that we're ready to have as an organization. So we want to thank everyone for joining this edition of Tech Talk. And if you'd like to know more about the conversation we discussed or how we can help your company scale and do things that are relevant now, please reach out to us. We're here to help. And also thank you, David, for joining. Have a great afternoon.
Yep, you too, Dan. Take care.
Take care.